You know, going back watching the tape and obviously being there, seeing our team play, really saw the defense that I really expected our team to have earlier in the year. I thought our guys finally put together 4 quarters of football defensively. I thought we tackled much better, tackled really well, to be honest with you. And I thought everybody really played their assignments. I thought they played awfully hard. I thought our front 7 was very aggressive. I thought we got pressure on the quarterback, and we called one of the best quarterbacks in the conference to move off his spot, move his feet, flush him out of the pocket. I just thought we put a little pressure on him. I thought that made a big difference. We didn't let him sit back there and just throw the ball around. I thought we played physical, and that was great to see by our guys. Tyrone Posey was our defense player of the week, and I thought he had his best game as a Ragin' Cajun. I thought Joe Dillon was very active, especially there in the first 3 quarters, and then came up with a big pressure there at the end of the game on one of the next to last plays, or the last play of their drive. So overall, real proud of that. Hope we can build on that moving forward, because we'll definitely need to continue improving defensively as we move forward. But I thought we took a step in the right direction, to say the least. I thought offensively we played well enough. We had enough offense, I should say. I thought when Andre came in, he really sparked us again, and I thought for the remainder of the first quarter and the second quarter that he was very sharp. He was making some tremendous throws. You know, he finished 18 of 24. And I thought he looked really sharp, really comfortable back in the pocket, even eluded some pressure, escaped a couple of times, made some plays, and I thought he played well. I thought Trey Regis continues to play awfully well. The run he had, or the 2 runs he had on the final drive, he just sort of threw his team on his shoulders, and I thought that was impressive. I thought our offensive line, run game wise, we got some good movement. We missed Diaquin Withrow, I think, a little bit. Obviously, we gave up some pressure, so we had to move Robert Hunt out middle of the week because Diaquin Withrow's grandfather passed away, and he did not make the trip. And so we found that out on Wednesday, that he would not make the trip when practice was over. And then because of the funeral time was announced, and so we had to bump out Robert Hunt out to left tackle. It's sort of in a last-minute deal, and you could sort of tell that, he didn't have a lot of practice time there during the week to prepare. And, we gave up some pressures, gave up some sacks. We're moving him back in now with the Diaquin Withrow back at the tackle position, so that should definitely help us moving forward. Elijah Mitchell will not play this week. He's being evaluated later this afternoon with the team doctors. He's got an injured foot. We'll find out to what extent later today, but he will not be available this week. I thought our kicking game was really good. I thought Raymond Calais had 2 big returns that gave our offense some really good field position. So I thought it was a really good team effort by our team to go on the road. Tough place to go play. Hard to get there. Good environment, loud, different type of atmosphere. And I thought our guys came away with a really solid Sun Belt Road win this past week. Heading into this game, Texas State, I've got a lot of respect for Everett Withers. He did such a tremendous job at James Madison, and now in charge of turning around Texas State. And if you got to look past their record to really see that they've been very competitive. Don't let the record fool you. They lost 20-13 to App State, and we're on the 1-yard line to win the game. And so they had a chance to win that game right there. And then they were tied late in the 4th quarter with Monroe. So they've been very competitive in this conference. They'll be very, very well coached when they come here. And they've got some very good players with their quarterback, Damian Williams. Obviously, I'm familiar with him. He's a Mississippi State transfer. He's from New Orleans. He's a really good player. He makes them go. He can throw the deep ball to play action. He can run the football. He's a really good player, and we'll have to do a really good job. Defensively, they're led by number 2, Gabe Lloyd. I think he's one of the top linebackers in the conference. I think he's first-team preseason Sun Belt All-Conference. He's a senior also, and so he's a really, really good player, very physical player. He's a guy that will hunt you up, and so we've got to be prepared for a team that's going to come in here very hungry like ourselves, and be prepared for this game. This game being on Thursday is a short week, so there's a fine line between how much preparation and how much rest time, especially with our team getting back to the dorm room about 5 a.m. on Sunday morning. Our team has not had a lot of rest. They did not practice on Sunday, but they will practice today. So they'll be coming over shortly as we prepare and get started with our Texas State preparation. But we've got to get rested up and get ready for a short turnaround for a nationally televised game this Thursday. Be great exposure for our program, our university, and our community. And so we're looking forward to that. So white out also. So we encourage all our fans to wear white and pack the stadium. So we need a really good home field advantage, to say the least. So with that, any questions?
Coach, is it you talked about the short week? Is it almost good after the way you played Saturday to be able to turn around and get right back out there?
Well, would I rather have a full week? I would, but that's sort of the marching orders we've got. But, we've got a little momentum now, and our guys got a little shot in the arm. They needed a little something good to happen to them. It was great to see the defense come together, and I think that gave them a tremendous amount of confidence now. And I thought they played awfully fast and even got better as the game wore on.
Even in that game, I think the first or the only touchdown that Idaho scored, the contain was broken again. Was there an adjustment, I guess, in this game? It seemed like after that there was no problem.
No, that was just somebody totally being out of gap. The guy off the edge of the 5 technique peeked his head inside instead of just staying outside and turning it back in probably for a lost yardage play. Their running back just did what good running backs do, and he saw a little opening and bounced outside. So from that point on, we didn't have too many missed assignments. That was just a missed assignment. Somebody peeking their head inside because it looked like he was cutting it up, and he peeked in and he bounced it on him. So you got to play your gap.
Outside. What was the main thing that y'all did on defense that you hadn't been doing? I mean, how can you explain the dramatic difference?
Front 7, especially the front 4, the D linemen, we were much more in attack mode, way more aggressive with those guys. But we were way more multiple than we have been in the first 4 games, mixing in some 3 down, mixing down 4 down. And so we gave them way more looks. We moved from 3 down to 4 down, lined up in 3 down, lined up in 4 down. But we were way more aggressive with the way our D linemen are playing now than the way they were. And so that made the biggest difference. We was able to get a great push, reestablish a new line of scrimmage on their side of the line of scrimmage instead of the line of scrimmage getting pushed in our direction. And then we did a much better job fitting. Our corners played awfully well. I think they only had two explosive plays the whole game. And our corners were in really good position most of the night, made some nice plays. And like I said, we tackled very well, and that made a difference also.
That being said, was predictability one of the biggest issues defensively prior to?
Probably so, yep. Because, we were not very multiple. And then the way we were playing with our front 4, we were not playing very aggressive with our front 4. We were letting those guys now really come off the ball, make plays, attack the offensive lineman, attack the V of the neck. I mean, just, with good fundamentals. And it definitely paid off because, we really felt like we said before the season started, D-line was going to be the strength of the team. But with the way we were playing with those guys, we were not allowing those guys to be active enough. And this allowed them to make more plays. And we got good pressure on the quarterback, and I think some of those things showed.
How much did the bye week kind of help with that when you were able to reset?
Yeah, that extra time, you never want to go into a bye week with a loss. But that week it did help because it gave us more time to evaluate what we were doing, try to come up with some answers, which I think we found, and come up with a good game plan. And so it definitely came, at a good time, if there's ever a good time for an open date like that. But it came at a good time, and our kids, we got some kids healthy, and that helped also. And so it was good moving forward.
Outside of Elijah Mitchell, any other injuries from Saturday, and where are we at with Travis Crawford?
Travis will not be back yet either. We will probably, like I said, your guess is as good as mine with him. It's just week to week, but it will not be this week. We know that. But everybody else should be available. Everybody else is pretty healthy. Came out of that pretty healthy and just normal little few bumps and bruises. But Elijah would be the only one that would miss playing time. Denarius Howard did not make the trip, as we mentioned last week, and he will not make the trip this week either. He's nursing a hamstring that he injured, but he did not make this trip, didn't play this game either.
The way that Andre has been stepping up in the last few games, does that make you kind of put a question mark on who is going to be the starting
Well, Andre's going to start. Andre is going to be the starter this week, and I think he's earned that right to get the start this week with his play in the last two games. You know, he has come in and played awfully well. And you know, you go 18 out of 24 and 237 yards, and you know the only interception he threw was sort of dropped. It was a tip ball. So I thought he played awfully well. You know, he'll get. Hopefully, you know, we missed a few checks that he probably would have made if he had got more reps with the ones all week long. But like I said, Jordan's got to still prepare like he's a starter. For some reason, Andre's not playing well, then we've got another good quarterback that we can put in the game. But this week, Andre will get the start.
Is it a week-by-week basis?
No, I hope not. You know what I'm saying? You know, you'd like to get some stability and continuity. You know, you don't ever want to play musical chairs. So you like to settle in on one. You like for one of them to sort of take the reins and say, you know what, I'm going to play well consistently each week. So the coaches don't have to make an evaluation. Do I start the other guy? Do I put him in? You know, we'd like to get some consistency at that position, and I'm hoping that we can get that.
How was Grant Morris doing playing with, you know, the new guys coming?
Yeah, you know, he played the whole game, and I was surprised that he made it, to be honest with you. But you know what? It gave us a little more confidence in him just for the fact that he could finish the game. We had planned to play Craig Smith a little bit. Probably should have played Craig a little more because he's practicing awfully well. But Grant did a pretty good job considering he was a little banged up. But the more rest time he gets, the better he'll be. So he'll be ready to go on Thursday.
So just for clarification, when Jordan was pulled out of the first drive, was it because he wasn't looking 100%, or was it because?
No, it was after the second drive. Yeah, it was after the second drive. Both drives we went 3 and out, and did not feel like we were being productive enough, and could not wait any longer to make a change.
With the short week, can you afford to split snaps at quarterback?
Yeah, we're not. Yeah, Andre will get the snaps with the ones this week. Yeah.
With Andre, you mentioned, the Yak would not be able to make the trip and struggling.
Right.
The O-line had their issues, but is it a surprise to you, I guess, how well he handles pressure and kind of sometimes?
Yeah, the thing about Andre is he's pretty cool cucumber. You know, it don't a whole lot get him excited or upset. He sort of stays pretty level. He don't get he don't really go in either direction, which I sort of like that demeanor about him. And he stays pretty collective. And like I said, he throws some really nice balls. He keeps his composure, and he did a really nice job there, especially the first and second quarter. I thought in the third quarter and fourth quarter we bogged down a little bit, weren't quite as effective. Maybe got a little conservative, missed some opportunities. We had a couple of guys open that we missed on some shot plays that might have broken the game open, but we didn't hit them because of some protection things. But nevertheless, hopefully moving forward, we can continue improving there.
What surprised you about Andre so far? Like when he came in, did you think he had all these qualities about him?
Yeah, you know, we've seen it in practice. He's been a good player. You know, this spring he was solid, and also this during fall camp he got some time with the ones, and you know he's always produced. And but you know we just felt like Jordan was playing a little bit better, and obviously it earned the right to get the nod, and played well at times when he did. But we've just got to have more consistency from that position. And when you get in the game, you got to make plays. Your team has to move the ball. That's the end of the story. You know, does the team move the ball when you're in the game? And that's what we look for as a quarterback.